Hello, this is how to play 41 by Dave Matthews Band. This is personally my favorite song, so I know this is gonna be a fun lesson for me to do. It's kind of stretchy, kind of in between. So basically, what you're gonna start is this weird Dave chord, which is your ring finger goes on the 5th fret of the E string, and then your pinky goes on the 4th fret of the G string. Then your middle finger goes on the 3rd fret of the A string, and then your pointer on the 2nd fret of the D string. So it should be. I'll show you that again. So it's just pointer, 5th, pinky, 5th, middle finger, 3rd, pointer, 3rd. Oh, 2nd. So it should be. It's gonna be a weird stretch when you first learn it, but I love this chord. It's super beautiful. I just like it. In Live at Luther College, how he starts is he goes so if you want to do that, you can. This is a little, and then he slides up to the same position, same exact position. You just slide up two frets. So these two like bass fingers should be at the 7th, and then these ones should be at the 5th and the 4th. It should be, and the strumming is just. So far it's just. And when you're going like this, when you do, it's kind of hard to like keep the same thing. Like I don't even go. It's hard to keep this. So when I move, I kind of lift these up just a little bit, and then put them back into play. So when you play this, kind of sounds the same, but this is obviously better to keep these two fingers down. But it's okay to play them open still. So when you go, you have time to put your fingers down. Then you drop. You keep these. You just take this pinky off. You keep the same exact shape, but you drop it down string. So it should be ring finger at the 7th fret, and then middle finger ring at the 7th fret A string, middle finger at the 4th fret D string, and then pointer finger at the 4th fret G string. Sorry, this is at the 5th fret, not the 4th fret. This should be. And then you can either do this, or what I like to do is what Dave does too, is he adds his pinky here on the 8th fret on the B string. So it should be. Or same thing. So far it should be. Keep that same shape-ish. It's just you move this over, and you have your ring finger on the 5th fret of the A string, then your middle finger on the 4th fret of the D string. So it should be. Then you put your pointer finger on the 3rd fret of the B string. So it should be. Then you go. Which is just hammering on the same fret. You go hammer on this up. It's just on the 4th fret, hammering the D string. So far it should be. That's that. And then this is totally optional. I like adding optional things into these. This is what I like to do. Is I've seen Dave do it one time on like one of his like song request things where it's just him alone. Is you play this right here, which is pointer on the first fret of the B string. Then your middle on the second fret of the D string, and then your ring at the second fret of the G. So it should be, and you basically just take those off and then you hammer them back on. So it should be. So like. And you play this right here, which is middle finger, which is like a bar chord. It's the middle finger of the on the second fret A string. Then your ring finger on the fourth fret of the D string, and then your pinky on the fourth fret of the G string, and then your middle finger goes on the third fret of the B string. Sometimes I mess up too and I mute it, like, make sure you do that though. Then it's just, so it should be. Then you keep this middle finger here, and then you just put your your pointer finger right here, and your middle finger stays just right under it on the second fret of the D string, and then the second fret of the A string, and then you go, and you take off your pointer finger, kind of like this, doing this, but you just this one, and then you go, so it's really, so it's just so fast. Then you play a D, which I'll quickly go over, which is just middle finger on the E, pointer finger on the G, and then ring finger on the third fret of the B. So it should be, and then you remove your pointer finger. So from the beginning of this section, it goes. If you do this, you just saw me do this. I went. You can either go or it doesn't matter. So far, what we know is this. And then I go straight into the verse. You can play this whole thing twice before you go into the. So it's like this whole thing twice, and then you go into this, and then you go back to this one more time, and then you go to the verse. And the verse, quite simple too, is the 5th fret E string, pointer finger. Then you get your middle finger on the 7th fret of the G string, and then your pinky on the 7th of the B. So it should be. Some people don't talk about this, or like not some people, just from what I've learned, it doesn't include this, but I saw Dave do it, so I like doing it. You put your middle finger here on this 4th thing, on the 7th fret of the A string. So it should be. Then you keep these planted, and then you, instead of like doing all of that weird stuff, you can just flip these like this. So it should be. So it should be going from the E 5th fret to the A 5th fret, and from the A 7th fret to the E 7th fret. So it should be. And even this is something fun I just figured out how to do like 2 days ago, which is kind of fun to add on if you want. It's another optional thing, which is just and then basically you just keep this same thing out and then you just drop it one string. Or if you want, so far it should be then you keep like the beginning, you just drop that one string. So it's like, so it should be that just repeats the whole verse. That's the come see, I swear by now I'm playing, and then it goes into the which is I will go in this way, oh, and find my own way out, which is just that which is middle finger on the 3rd fret of the E string, then the pointer on the 2nd fret of the A string, and then the pinky on the 4th fret of the G string. So it should be then you go middle finger on the 2nd fret of the E string, and then ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and then pinky on the 3rd fret of the B string. So it should be, and you kind of let that ring. So like, so far it should be. You come up all the way to the 8th fret. Yes, 8th fret. With your middle finger on the 8th fret, and then your pointed finger on the 7th fret. Sorry, middle finger E string, 8th fret, pointed finger 7th fret A string, and then get your pinky on the G string 9th fret. It's basically the same thing as this, but brought up here. Same strumming. So if it would be this, it'd be like I will go in this way and find my own way out. I won't tell you to stay. Oh, it's coming too much more of me. All it wants to go is come back, breathing in you now. And then that's that. And then it goes into this. You never sing in this. The only part you sing in, if you want to sing, is and all that. Then when you finish, let the tears splash all over you. You do that a couple times, and then you go back to. So it should be like. You go back to the intro. None of this. That's just for the intro, but just all of that. Do that 2 times, how many times you want. Then this little thing he does. that's pretty cool. I believe it's Tim in the actual album Crash, like the recorded version. At the beginning, when there's this going on. Which is the same thing. But you can hear this really well live with Luther. If you want to play like any version, I suggest playing with live with Luther. But basically, this whole thing is your middle finger on the 7th fret of the G string, your pointer finger, and then your middle finger goes on the 8th fret of the B string. Then your pinky goes on the 10th fret of the E string. So it should be. So it's the, I'll remind you one more time, it's the 7th, 8th, and 9th. And then you do like a D shape, which is what we did here. When we do that intro. Keep that like that shape, but you bring it up. Then you do this. Which is the middle finger on the 7th fret, pointer on the 7th fret, and then the ring finger on the B of the 8th fret, and then you hammer your pinky onto the 8th fret of the E string. So it should be. Then for this, it's the middle finger on the 7th fret of the G string, then the 5th fret on the E string, and then the your ring finger on the B fret, the B string of the 8th fret. So it should be. Then you move your pointer, keep everything else, move your pointer to the 7th. So you like slide it. So this whole thing is. So that's really it. Thank you if you stuck around. It's been a long video, but that's it. Subscribe, and yeah, thank you.